Hi, I'm Neil Hopkins. I'm Director of Education for Fortis Education in Dubai. I think there are three key things that we would want children to focus on moving forward in their lives. The first one, it would be remiss of me not to mention an understanding around AI, because we're already seeing the start of that storm, but it's going to whip itself into a tornado or a hurricane or something, I think, in the children's lives. So it'll be very important for them to understand how to leverage AI rather than just be a consumer or a passive recipient of what AI can do. I think that's going to be critically important. Another thing that perhaps is associated with that, but not so obviously maybe, is to have a sense of self-esteem. We can see that nowadays, just through your phone device, you can change your appearance. And especially for young girls that are going through our schools, there's a huge amount of social media pressure, maybe peer group pressure, but certainly through what we see on our movie screens and in magazines, there's a great deal of pressure on appearance. And somehow in humanity, we've got to disavow ourselves of that. And we've got to get back to something that Lisa Grace has talked a lot about recently, which is around authenticity and being real and connecting with people in a real way, and perhaps in a way that is maybe kinder and less judgmental and more open and accepting and affirming of people. So I think that's the second very important skill. And the third important skill is going to be to have a sense of where we are in terms of the environment and sustainability in the future. I have three children. I do worry what the future will be like for them in the latter parts of this century. What really has my generation handed over to those children? I think one of the things that children are going to need to become increasingly aware of, and sadly more responsible for, is recognizing where we are at present and stopping any denial and looking at how can we build a plan that changes people's behaviors and improves things for the future. So those are the three things: AI, self-esteem, and the planet.
David Flint, Southview School, Dubai. Leadership and students is a key aspect of any school's operations. The question is how to do it. And certainly in the experiences that I'm currently having so far, it's very much connected with both agency and empathy, enabling students to have true voice in aspects of a school, in aspects of their education, being able to debate and discuss elements of world events even that are affecting them or groups of them as a student body, and having them to have the confidence to know that they're being heard and not just having boxes ticked by an institution who's very keen to do the right thing, but actually wants to just keep control of the whole situation. Having the confidence as an organization to let students actually take the floor, listen to them, and then act on what they find and let them explore their findings. So enabling them to actually lead the school tangibly is key to any quality school, in my view.
Hello, my name's Nat Dickinson. I'm the head teacher of the Inford School at St. Christopher's in Bahrain. So the top three leadership skills that I think young people need today: resilience. It's a really tough world and it's going to be harder for them, so they need to be resilient. Definitely communication. That is everything. Your energy introduces you before you even speak. And I would also say flexibility, because to be flexible as a leader goes such a long way when you're dealing with people. So they would be my top three. Thank you. I think the way that we can help students achieve good leadership skills is give them responsibility. So through your school leadership teams, making sure that they're involved in key events, making sure that they're working together and know the value of teamwork, public speaking opportunities, things like poetry recital, competitions where they have to deliver new initiatives or new ideas. All of these things will help build confidence with them and also make them work together as a team and develop dynamics of leadership as well, which is so important for education.
Hi, my name's Steve Lupton. I'm the principal of Repton, Abu Dhabi, the very proud principal. My question, I believe, is how do schools create a positive culture? I think it very much comes down to what we pay attention to as leaders, particularly what we pay attention to, and also about how we role model those specific things that we pay attention to as well.
Hello, I'm Joanna Pavel. I'm the principal at Wales International School in Abu Dhabi in the UAE. and how we make intelligent change in our school, the most important thing for me is to listen. It's lead very much from the heart and very empathetic leader. I think it's important to think strategically, but you need to listen to what everybody within the whole school community is saying, whether that's the teachers, whether it's admin, security staff, parents, children. The whole school community has to be involved in intelligent change. Obviously, you need strong leadership, but the most important thing for me as a leader is to listen.
Hello, I'm Nadim Saad, founder and Chief Happiness Officer of the Happy Confident Company. My view on well-being, and having been working on this for more than a decade, is that well-being has to be integrated in the curriculum. It has to be part of everyday life. We actually used, when we created our first ever well-being program, it used to be an hour a week, like a PCSH program. And it was very effective. The thing is, with time, we realized, one, that teachers don't have much time, the curriculum is too packed, so we ended up dividing into 5 to 10 minutes chunks. And actually, with this modular approach, teachers have managed to integrate it into the curriculum and actually teach about feelings in everyday, even in geography, in history, in literatures, developing empathy in these. So with the development of emotional literacy, actually the children upscale on all fronts, not only in the understanding of themselves, but also in the understanding of others and in terms of understanding of situations. Similarly, in terms of character skills, understanding of values, when you just teach children values as, oh, you're supposed to do this, it's difficult for them to integrate in their daily lives. When you actually make this part of the curriculum and you actually take different situations and activities and get them to share, it becomes part of their daily life, and it improves friendships, so less bullying, improve friendships, improve the pain as well. Now we're proving that we can improve by 13% the grades. With early intervention, you can just significantly change the whole school community's inclusivity and overall well-being of the children.
Hello everyone, my name is Nick Hart and I am the principal at Horizon English School in Dubai. When it comes to implementing intelligent change, I think we have to first of all have the right mindset, and what I mean by that is that it might not be change that we need to focus on, but improvement, and that differentiation between change and improvement is subtle but important. And I also quite like the idea of differentiating that a little further. So we can improve our schools, we can make some intelligent improvements by simply raising the bar and getting some coherence with what we already do. That means nothing new. It just means maybe a bit more coherent amongst different departments, different year groups, different phases on aligning to what's already the best practice in the school. And I quite like that bottom layer. We might spend most of our time on kind of the basics, the habits that we want. But then there are also going to be things that we want to improve deliberately, a small section of the school, a department, an age group, a subject, that kind of thing. And that's where you get the action plan approach, where you have someone who's accountable, the actions they might take, and then the success criteria that comes with it. I also quite like the idea of going above that a little bit further. And for us, I think, in my school, I think we're going to be calling that looking beyond the horizon, about things that could be well outside of the normal scope of schools, well outside of action plans and things like that, and just kind of take what somebody is interested in, take an area of kind of possibility and opportunity, and just see what happens.
Hi, I'm Nav Iqbal. I'm the school principal at Gems Metropole School in Dubai. And in terms of essential skills, there's many to mention here. But the one that I particularly want to focus on it's the traditional skill of functional skills. I feel as in schools, young people perhaps are not able to understand how nature and how they can use nature. So for example, farming, agriculture, irrigation. These are skills, if you talk to a 7-year-old or a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old, they're so with abundance, particularly in Dubai, they don't make the connection of how this particular cycle begins. Practical skills that I took for granted. I gave an example in my keynote, in my panel earlier, about when I was younger, I was able to change the tire of a car, check the engine, water, etc., etc. Me asking my 7-year-old or my 9-year-old, even my 18-year-old to do this or change the light bulb safely, they don't know how to do these particular things. Another functional skill, of course, we talked about communication. Difficult, seems simple enough. Making eye contact. Physical, in terms of personal communication in person, is very different to over the phone. Various things that we learn through industry, but I didn't necessarily learn all of this in education. So I would probably say practical, technical, functional skills is something that will always be there in the future, and we need to do that.